what y'all want.
Watch these Molotovs leak. Step off for the top piece. But I'm not a rapper, demonic apologies for the sheets. Living a patriot, I can't apologize my species freedom. I see demons in your eyes. Every time you reach your speeches, leaving with lies. And search thieves in the night. You see how we think you tried to hide. Indignant finding truth between the lies. It's a story of bringing a mic into the literal arena. Even the corporate old mass media couldn't hide all the people who came and let die during Katrina. A perfect opportunity for development of new regulations. Giving Blackwater paramilitary a new station. In the event of another emergency in our nation, they started bringing the Constitution. The sad part is, nobody cares enough to do shit. A bunch of sheep are useless. Genesis is story of life scientist, son of Saturn, Cyclone, G-malicious, murder bloody on the beat.
What's new? Just a different indicator. You just a down proper has become while the government is pimping you. President skin color never really matters. People dying on the streets while their pockets getting fatter. And you know they're getting paid while they're telling this straight. Overpopulated and never meant for your territory. Ignoring all the rape and murder in the history. And the hell to tell the story while you think it's all a mystery. Y'all might be blinded, but it's clear to me. I see it. And it's trying to put an end to the international power struggle. Orchestrated within the secret political hustle. Anybody refusing to cooperate is getting muscle. And make you think they're doing the right thing, so you trust them. Ain't important to them, acknowledge you as a person unless you're speaking against them. Brainwashing has begun, bear witness to your demonstrable wealth out of system.
We raise the stakes up, place the stakes up. Y'all can't change our ways, right? We replace the truth up. Not paying for this, but hip-hop, right through our names, so we say what y'all want. Wake the fuck up, we raise the stakes up, place the stakes up. Y'all can't change our ways, right? We replace the truth up. Not paying for this, but hip-hop, right through our veins, so we say what y'all want. Fucking new world orders, building the foundation of lies over your eyes. My third eye shine bright like the sun. They got me on the run. Fugitive because I refuse acceptance. Slithering ways like the rest you shivering lanes. My brain waves are descending and decoding the message. When I transformed into perceptive, the scientists make knowledge more regardless of doubt and skeptics. Believe what you want, motherfuckers, it's your death wish. But I can keep swinging the devil till I'm breathless. Countless nights of being restless. While my next move, I stay recluse. Growing anger every time I see Obama on the tube. Cobra Commander-in-Chief. They take the skin color from the last one that gave up relief. Young went from a burning push filled with lies to a nigga underneath with a PhD. Prepping humans for destruction through mind abduction. I'm like the baking soda arm with a hammer so they can't touch us. Innocence is a scorny brain on their parade like crop dusters with some sort of substance. Not recognized by media as false and true. But y'all walking through damage will never know they hit you in the face. Bad folk motherfuckers taking everything on face value. When to them your life has no value. But life like cattle. Monthly beast branch you bark. Stand your hand for food. Document your every move. Check your hand in your animal planet. I'm on some animal EA. Watch this 18 blinders destroy the bastards. Stakes up, place the stakes up. Y'all can't change our ways, right? We place the truth up. Not paying for this, but hip-hop, right through our names, so we say what y'all want. Wake the fuck up, we raise the stakes up, place the stakes up. Y'all can't change our ways, right? We place the truth up. Not paying for this, but hip-hop, right through our names, so we say what y'all want.
If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation. Don't let it happen.
Brainwashing has begun, bear witness to your demonstrable wealth out of system.
Stakes up, place the stakes up. Y'all can't change our ways, right? We place the truth up. Not paying for this, but hip-hop, right through our veins, so we say what y'all want. Wake the fuck up, we raise the stakes up. Place the stakes up. Y'all can't change our ways, right? We place the truth up. Not paying for this, but hip-hop, right through our veins, so we say what y'all want.
Secular order storms just like swordsman. Blast back with fire, burning it.
Wow. Hello. Well, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here. I'm going to try and present this basically what I've been up to for like the last 3 months, and still not sure how I'm going to present it yet, but bear with me. We'll do this together, and we'll start off with why. I guess that's probably the best place to start, because then it'll give us a frame of reference, I guess you could say. But I digress. Let's just get right into it. All right. All right. So what are we looking at here? Right now, this is like the management screen of a server that I have control over in Iceland. Probably wondering why all the way over in Iceland. Well, there's a core purpose behind all of this, obviously, and it's this is all about creating a platform that we can use in order to do what it is we do, publish ourselves. Whether you're an independent journalist or a creator just making videos of anything. As a creator, having avenues for which to promote yourself, to publish yourself, and to be seen. It's important by most people's standards to do it unabated, especially if you're not, in the business of spreading horse shit. You're pretty much, you're not asking for anything out of the normality, I guess. But I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend that I'm smart or anything. Nothing that I'm doing is revolutionary. In fact, there's nothing that isn't duplicatable about this entire process that I plan to do. And I plan to do that for a very specific reason, so that it can be duplicatable, to get more people thinking in a practical sense, and not reinventing the wheel. You don't have to try too hard, basically. However, there's a lot of barriers. First off, let's discuss what our needs are. What are our needs? Let's write that shit down. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so first off, as far as needs are concerned, we've got what do we got here? We need to self-publish. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's make a layer. All right. So we need to self-publish. I've never won prizes for my penmanship, so you can suck it. I don't care. So we want to self-publish, and to do that, we need a place to do it. So we got the place to do it. We have a server. There are many servers out there, many prices. Right now, myself and a person that I'm working with, who will come into it'll come into context later. Myself and her, we're basically paying about, I'd say about $150 to $160 per month for this server. It's not cheap. But our goals and aims are to launch some sideline businesses using the server, but also to provide a public service where we can, to allow people to do certain things. And like I said, if the goal is to self-publish, we need a place. We need tools, right? Whoops, just put that back there. We need tools. We need accessibility. What else do we need? We need room to grow, so we need scalability. What are all these things? All right. So the scalability is about just being able to outgrow your shoes and have shoes big enough to grow into, basically. The accessibility is, to not be held behind things like paywalls for basic services. We want to provide those services. Now, obviously, our pockets aren't deep enough to do that, so I'm not here asking you for money. So don't get me wrong here. I want you just to know We want to try to offer as much as we can without gouging ourselves, obviously, but these are basic services in principle. Now, what kind of tools? Okay. First, we have to ask ourselves, what kind of things are we publishing? Well, that's up to the individual. I've kind of broken it down, kind of like, I guess you could say, to, I don't know, let's see, there's basically your visual arts and your written arts. But your written arts, you got, you got your books, you've got your, blogs. These are just examples. There's so many of them, but you got your books, your blogs, articles, we could call them, whatever. But you got your written bits. And then you also got things along the line of, I call programming a written art, like computer programming. However, it's a slightly different discipline, really. Jesus Christ. Yeah, my chicken scratch. But so you got your articles, you got your computer programming. And then as we start to get more into the visual areas, now we start getting into your drawings, drawings. God, this is definitely not going to win me any prizes. But anyway, you got your drawings, paintings. And then we start getting into things like animations, and now we start getting into like videos. And it starts growing into a list of how do we go. I mean, this goes beyond just being another YouTube clone. This goes beyond just being another blog site. In fact, what I'm proposing is a way to provide a way for people to self-publish all of it. But it's going to require several different websites, which for the most part, I've already got the domain names. I've done a lot of the work already. But what we're looking at, going back to, this is completely unrehearsed if you can't tell, by the way. But if we go over to the dashboard that I was showing you earlier, I mentioned that this is, this is our server. Well, I've managed to kind of set up a few things already, one of which is called Cloud 42. And the reason I call it Cloud 42 is because there's a nice cloud storage program called Nextcloud, which is an open source bit. I'll show this to you guys. It's a free and open source program, and there's a paid service for it out there, but we're not using that. In fact, you can download it and install it on your own server, which is exactly what we've gone and done here. Like I said, I call it Cloud 42 just to give it a name, and quite frankly, it's pretty awesome. And the way that I've got it set up so far is to give people, a couple of gigs of space where you can, store your files. And that is just the reservoir for which we start being able to share your material. So if this thing would ever load up, this is a great time for my internet to slow down. Now, I will have to say, because our server is in Iceland, things are a little bit slow. Why Iceland? Why Iceland? Why Iceland? Well, it's rather, it's a tricky subject, and I'll tell you why. Let's go back to let's go back to our needs and our wants again for a second here. Because one of the biggest things that we've seen with the internet, especially lately, is, quite frankly, it's this lovely thing that we call censorship. That's right. Yeah, censorship. And, what we want to do is we want to create something that is absolutely 112% censorship fucking free. Forget about it. We don't want to be censored. We, you know, unless you're doing snuff videos or some stupid shit, you're not going to get censored. I mean, not under anything that I have any control over, you know what I mean? And when I say control, I use that term loosely, because what my intention is to create a grassroots level of building, of community, like an actual community, a real community, a community where we're actually building towards a tight-knit group, an organization without organization, if you would. Like, not to say like, you know, we're all on the same side. No, to provide a place where everybody can do their own thing without fear of being censored, you know, or told what to do, you know. It's the one thing that I think is prevalent right now, especially if you're a blogger that's politically minded, and you know, you've got these views or opinions, and you know, just go on Twitter and try tweeting some of the things that you know, that are troubling you today. I mean, it's almost impossible to navigate Twitter unless you've got a steely persona, I guess you could say. But that aside, I mean, what I think, and I'm going to do a series of these. I'm not going to do all of this in one go, because I just want to cover the basic elements first and kind of let that sink in and seep in a little bit. And I'm going to come back and go through other aspects. This is kind of like the overarching kind of concept. And like I said, I'm starting off with the Cloud 42 stuff, because that is the basis for which everything will feed from. And like I said, it's going to be a space where you can store files. Essentially. A second here. Let's see what we got. Yeah. All right. Well, oops, wrong one. Like I said, I own a few different domain names. I'm going to go through what these names represent, to me anyway. And another reason, like I said, going back to earlier on when I first started, I was saying that there's nothing that can't be duplicated about this. In fact, everybody can do this themselves if they choose to. This will give you the ability to avoid censorship. I don't want to do this in the hopes of creating my own little, you know, a school of guppies here. This isn't my intention. I want to empower you with the ability to do this stuff yourself, or we can build this together within our own circles and make it a thing, you know, make it bigger, make it better. There's a lot of aspects to this. It'll be different for everybody depending on what kind of, self-publishing you want to do. But am I just retarded? Oh, hang on a second here. I thought for sure. Oh my God. Oh wait, maybe I forgot my own passwords. This is, like I said, this is completely unrehearsed. Nope, that's not it. I do have a million passwords and a million. Oh. I know. I go through this a lot. Oh my God. Should have queued this up before I went live. God damn it. Let's see now. Now, I don't know if my microphone is turned up well enough or not. Hopefully it is. Jesus. What in the shit? Huh. I thought that was it. Wow, this is extremely embarrassing. Come on. Jesus. Oh, I see what's happening. I didn't read. Yeah, sorry. My next login is throttled up to 30 seconds. That's what's been happening. All right. Anyway, we'll go back into that in a second. So the way the cloud is set up is that there's multiple tools that you can use, like groupware, collaboration tools, and they're all inside Cloud 42. When I can finally get fucking back in there. But yeah, that is so damn bizarre. Let's see if it lets me back in anytime soon. Now, I might have gone and changed my password too. I've been known to do that from time to time. But yeah, within Cloud 42, there's all kinds of groupware tools. There's word processors. There's, like I said, there's file storage. There's audio players. There's a whole whack of different tools that you can use for different purposes in there. They're offered up absolutely free, and you can use them online from anywhere. And that's where tools comes in. Now, as far as exposure goes, now let's just see if I can. Was it Echelon Group or is the EPG in? I can't remember which one I used for this now, which is very, very, very embarrassing. But come on, you gonna let me in? Come on, you son of a bitch. Do. Come on, you bastard. Huh. Wrong username or password. That is goddamn bizarre. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Hang on a second here. I know. Yeah. Yeah, of course I was using the wrong login for the wrong site. The one I was using is for the other one that I was about to show you as well. And things are going to get pretty cool in a second once I unfuck myself here. But while that's loading in, we've also managed to, now this is the, what you could say is the administrative side. So nobody would see this publicly. But if we look in the background here, oops, not Zerocast.com. Let's go to, I'm not sure if this is going to come up with audio or not, but what we got here is our radio station. It's based on a program called the Zerocast. Now, going back to the philosophy of having a place to store your files, which is why we're basing this on a cloud storage system, is in that way you have a place to put your files. And in this particular example, let's say those files happen to be audio files. You're a musician. You've got demo reels, or you got, you've got demo tapes rather, MP3s, whatever. You smash them into your folder. And what we want to do is make them available for, let's say, our 24/7 radio station. And right now, it's just playing some free YouTube shit and what have you. I just kind of have a thing running. So it's in a placeholder state right now. But I've got some of my stuff in there already. I've got other people coming on board. And you can break into the stream if you've got the username and password and go live. And we can have multiple streams going outbound. So now we've got a place for you to do your audio. Like you can do a live podcast and broadcast. Now, because we're using IceCast, IceCast actually does have the capability to broadcast video. But we're going to be using, whoopsie daisies. How come we lost, that's weird. Oh. How come we lost, how did we lose that? That's weird. Looks like we lost we lost our browser. How come the browser got lost? Is it because of that? That's strange. We had it. Oh, well. Here, what we'll do then is we'll, let's get out of studio mode just for a second here. Still broadcasting, but I'll make my edits as I go here. The browser, what's going on with this browser? Well, let's re-add it then. Sometimes OBS is a little bit finicky with its window capturing, so we'll just have to go and do that again. Create a new one, say okay, and where are you? Cloud 42. There it is. All right. Say okay. And down it goes. Yay, we're doing things live, and live is always unrehearsed. And all right, good enough. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck if you can see the URLs and shit. I don't care. I'm not hiding shit. And speaking of that, that goes back to our needs and wants list from before. I mean, most of us, we want transparency. We want things to be, pretty much above board. I mean, across all levels. And like I was saying before, we got a whole bunch of different tools. You know, you've got your calendars. There's also social networking within this Cloud 42 system. Very simple social networking, nothing egregious. Sharing your stuff. It's got a wall. You've got direct messaging. You've got notifications. You've got a profile. It's all very simple, very basic. You can like shit. You've got your local timeline. Then there's a global timeline. So you got your own personal wall and the global wall. And I mean, these are just simple, basic tools. So you're not spending all your time, jerking around, with other people that you don't want to, And I've got some catchy little, taglines and mottos for this. Like I've done a lot of the pre-marketing side of it, and these things will come up later. I just really want to show you in advance the concept that I'm thinking of here, because I think this way we're much more able to control our own media that we can be in support of, that we can build on, that we can improve on. Now, I was mentioning before that this Cloud 42 system happens to be open source, which means that we can branch or fork. I said fork. We can fork off of the other code base and start addressing issues ourselves. If we have coders, programmers, we can start customizing this program to suit and do what we want with it. Now, that being said, we can pull in a GitHub branch. If you're not familiar with GitHub, it's basically a versioning system for programmers to write code, contribute, and then have code that's acceptable to be included into new rollouts and new releases. We can do the same thing with all of the software that is being utilized. Now, on the other side of this, we also have Echelon Group.is, which is, this is going to be the business face of what I'm doing. This has nothing specifically to do, oh, great, oh, so that page isn't working? I've just been doing a bunch of shit with the, yeah, okay, I know why that happened, okay. Yeah, I haven't addressed that yet. If you want to know what I did, I have a never-ending redirect. It redirects. Come on, you bastard. No. Yeah, it's just going to redirect. That's no big deal. That's just because of stuff I was doing yesterday, and it never worked, and I went to bed. But anyway, that echelongroup.is is basically going to be the business side of it. We are going to be offering hosting, and we're going to be reselling and all kinds of stuff for that because, well, shit, we got to pay rent. So we're going to have a business side of it. The other business side of it is also going to be what we call Dragon Queen Design and Print Solutions. My partner is also basically, she's a graphic designer and also has access to web to print services. And we'll be offering printing services. We'll be offering ebook transfers and conversions. We'll be doing all sorts of stuff. The website's not finished. It still is a work in progress. We've been going at it for a little while, but we're getting there slowly but surely. And then we also have Echelon. What's the whole thing with Echelon? Oh, okay. We'll tell you in a minute. Echelon Group. What is it? Echelon. I forget my own damn name sometimes. Echelon Publishers. That's what it is. EchelonPublishers.com is an empty shell right now, but it's another domain name, and they're all related. If you want to know what these things stand for, well, Echelon is referring to a book that I started writing many years ago, and I just liked the name, and I went with Echelon Publishers Group as my company name. Echelon Publishers Galactic News is the social network of of journalists and what have you that I wanted to create once upon a time. So then I just basically reserved the name for the radio station. So the radio station is going to be epgn.ch. Actually, it's radio.epgn.ch. Cloud42 is also under the epgn.ch domain. And echelonpublishers.com is going to be where we offer people free websites. Yes. And it is also going to feed from the reservoir over at Cloud42. So again, the storage facility where your files are stored and how you share those files are completely up to you. So if, like I said, if you're a musician, those files could be made available to the radio station so that you're in rotation. The other things that like you're writing, like let's say you're a writer and you're doing a blog. Well, you can do all of your blog entries right there in Cloud42, and they'll immediately update and get referenced on your free website at echelonpublishers.com. This is the kind of interaction that I'm looking at exploring. And I don't know if I can just get some feedback from you guys. You tell me what kind of features you want, like what you want, because everything is, I guess you could say it's up to the individual what they find useful. And I figure I might as well, I could keep this all a secret and it would take me another 5 years maybe to do this all by myself. And I'm not saying that I need help. I'm saying that if this is going to happen, it's going to happen the right way. It's got to be organic, and I'm going to need your help, and it's that simple. Now, like I said, this is just an introductory to what it is that I'm trying to pull off here. And I don't know, man, like if you guys can just be, I don't know, I guess mindful to excuse my my shitty intro here, but I will take chunks of this and explain in more detail. You tell me what you want to know, ask me the questions, and I will explain. And if we can do this together, I mean, I would be happier than a pig in poop, man. That would be so awesome. So anyway, I'm not going to bother you too much right now. I might even come back later tonight and do another one of these. This was like breaking the ice for me and testing out a bunch more things that I haven't tested out in OBS. So I'm just getting my studio straightened out, and you might have seen it at the very beginning there, but I just where's it here? Where's my studio? There it is. It's that screen. But anyway, that's yeah. So that's what my studio looks like. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go for now. This was, like I said, just an introduction. Tell me what you think in the comments, what have you. And I don't know if anyone's even in chat right now. I'll do a quick look. I don't see shit down there. No one said nothing. Well, like I said, if there's anything that you want to know, if there's any feedback or suggestions, hey man, drop them in the comments. Let me know what you think. I want to do this because I think we need this, and I'm sick. I'm sick to death of all the goddamn censoring and all of the big guys having the power, and we need to show them that we don't need them. We have the tools. What we don't have is the gumption and the ability, apparently, to stick together and to stick to our guns. Or do we? Maybe we do, and I just haven't seen it. But please, let me know what you think. I don't want to not include anybody. I want this to be completely and totally, what's the word I'm looking for? Revolutionary. That'll be the word for the day. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening for now. And again, later I will be back. And just tell me what you think, man. This was, like I said, completely unrehearsed. I racked my brain trying to think of what I was going to say. And I pretty much still botched it. But it doesn't really matter. At least it's completely transparent. But yes, there will be, like I said, there on my specific side of the site, like echelongroup.is, it will be a business running behind this, alongside it. But I don't want the business to be focused on preying on the people that use the site. Obviously, for extra things like extra space, for extra bandwidth, for other, extras. Of course, those things will have to cost money, but maybe they can be offset by ways of making money. And maybe this thing could become its own, it can fund itself possibly. And there's also other aspects which I haven't brought up, things like cryptocurrencies and blockchain and what have you. So before the ideas get crazy in your head, I'm going to stop it there. And let's just address what I've talked about so far. And then we can start digging a little deeper. There's a lot more to this. And I figured this might be a good way to start. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you have better ideas. I will be creating a list of everything as I go, which you'd think I would have come up with that first, but no, I discover everything organically, and 9 times out of 10, when I think I found the way to do it, something else pops up and I find out that, well, maybe I should do it a different way. So, hey, if you got better ideas than I do, or different ideas that work better or that are more practical, maybe I've overlooked something. But there's a lot of aspects to this, and I I would be more than happy to share these with you. Anyway, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and take care of yourselves. We'll be back soon. Peace.